G'day, I'm Tim Shadbolt, Mayor of Invercargill, and I'm here to help explain some of the issues relating to the Southern Institute of Technology, or SIT as we call it. So first of all, there seems to be some deliberately misleading information being spread about that somehow or other SIT didn't play the game, that we deliberately went out and enrolled a whole mass of students so that we could get our bums on seat types of funding. This is not true. The TEC, or Tertiary Education Commission, did put caps on how many students we could enrol, and we kept within those caps. In fact, we turned down a lot of students who applied to come and learn at our technical institute because we wanted to keep our numbers down. All right, I admit, there was a sort of vague letter that was sent to all the chairs and CEOs of all the institutions throughout New Zealand, asking them to moderate student numbers. But there was nothing specifically sent to the SIT. And there's always a mix-up in this area as to what years are being referred to, and different technical institutes seem to have different messages from this general letter that was sent to everyone. One of the crimes that we've committed in education is we've developed a sit-to-learn process. Sit-to-learn refers really to our whole television education program. That's how I see it, although of course it also includes computers and all sorts of other high-tech equipment. Now, this is, again, it's very innovative, it's very new, a bit like our zero fees, and it was very popular. Some years there were a 200% increase in student numbers, but we've tried to keep it down. Can we help it if this course is so popular? And it has grown, but we feel we should be patted on the back for showing innovation rather than being punished and told we have to cut back on student numbers. Instead of trying to compress sit-to-learn, we feel it should be embraced as a system. We're prepared to share our knowledge and our experience with other polytechs all around the country. We're prepared to get involved with new ideas and help develop this as part of government's general $57 million package to try and enhance e-learning throughout New Zealand. It's a great idea. It works in Canada, it works in Britain. So what if little old Invercargill has introduced the system to New Zealand? It's not just for our benefit. We feel the system could benefit New Zealanders throughout the country. The aim of our educational initiatives, of course, are to upskill Southlanders. And we've put a lot of effort into developing a good relationship with Venture Southland and the Department of Labour to try and meet the needs that our booming economy is going to require in terms of skilled labour in the future. We feel that under the present new funding strategy, which has rewarded some ITPs or polytechs and technical institutes, they're going to have trouble filling up their classrooms. They're going to have trouble attracting students to enrol. Throwing money at a region where they have problems or they're failing to perform isn't going to be the solution. Now, many of you will say, why is the government opposed to some of the smaller rural regions? Because it's not just Invercargill, of course, it's Timaru, Balclutha, the West Coast. And it seems to us very much that they're trying to apply an English model to the New Zealand economic environment. And we feel it works well in England, sure, because the big cities there are where the wealth of that country is generated. They do a lot of banking and economic work, they do a lot of manufacturing work. But in New Zealand, we have very much a rural-based economy. It's farming, it's the rural sector that really drives our economy, our energy. Everything comes from the countryside that contributes to the wealth of our nation. And I don't believe, and we don't believe at SIT, that applying an English model, however successful it may be in England, is necessarily the answer for New Zealand. Another area where the SIT is being criticised is because we have a campus in Christchurch. We haven't gone in there deliberately to undermine the Christchurch Polytechs. We were invited there by industry leaders. We've got an excellent location, excellent management. That's why we're succeeding. And we feel that we're being pruned back because the Christchurch Polytech is having problems. This is not the way to advance education in New Zealand. For 30 years, Invercargill was the fastest declining city in New Zealand or Australia. We've managed to change our destiny. We've turned around our future. And what is one of the main reasons for that? Zero fees education, according to commentators in Australia. We're proud of our record, we're proud of SIT, we don't believe we're doing anything except trying to improve the education of our fellow New Zealanders. That is our objective, and many of the things that are being said about us are simply not correct. I hope you'll look up the facts, I hope you'll follow the debate that's going to be taking place over the next few months. All we want is a fair deal.